But we begin this morning with the economy. President Bush and President-elect Obama are reportedly working together to get Congress to release the second half of that $700 billion bailout, while Congress considers Mr. Obama's own economic stimulus plan. CBS News White House correspondent Chip Reid is on Capitol Hill this morning. Good morning, Chip.
Well, good morning, Maggie. Under pressure from both the Bush administration and Barack Obama, they're going to be working on two tracks here on Capitol Hill this week, trying to build support for the stimulus plan and also the second half of that Wall Street bailout. The lesson they've learned, though, is that the taxpayers need to understand exactly where that money is going.
While Washington rehearses for the upcoming inauguration, Mr. Obama and his team are aggressively working to build support for his economic stimulus plan, hoping it will be ready for his signature a few weeks after he takes office.
Let's not only provide a jump start to the economy and immediately create or save 3 million jobs, but let's also put a down payment on some of the structural problems that we have in our economy.
The total size of the plan is about $750 to $800 billion. Roughly $300 billion is for tax cuts for businesses and individuals. The rest will be spent on everything from roads and bridges to renewable energy to create 3 to 4 million jobs. Republicans are raising red flags about the amount of spending.
Why couldn't we tax less and spend less?
Democrats are questioning whether too much is going to tax cuts.
So we should use this money as efficiently as possible to create jobs. That's best accomplished by spending it on roads, bridges, schools, putting people directly back to work, than by rebating taxes to individuals and businesses.
While sources on Capitol Hill say the Obama plan is likely to pass in something close to its current form, some economists question whether it will be enough.
Once the effects of the stimulus wear off, those jobs will disappear if he doesn't fix what's broken in the economy.
And Senate Democrats say they could consider the second half of that financial industry bailout as early as this week. They and the Obama transition say the secret this time is making sure it's used to help consumers, not just giving the money away to banks. Maggie?
CBS's Chip Reid. Thank you, Reid. Excuse me. Joining us this morning is Senator Chris Dodd, chairman of the Senate Banking Committee. Good morning to you, Senator.
Good morning.
So Chip just mentioned that consumers will want a guarantee this time. Here is someone else asking us for $700 billion to fix the economy. Will we get a guarantee?
Well, we've got to. I would tell you, and I'm confident they will. I don't often reveal conversations with presidents or president-elects, but in talking to the president-elect several days ago, let me use his words. He intends to entirely rebrand this program. He's not happy, as I'm not, and others, of how mismanaged this program has been over the last several weeks. Money going to lenders without any assurances they're actually going to lend. Executive compensation not being limited, and as it was promised it would be. So there need to be far more assurances here about the accountability standards and how this is all going to work. And if we don't... Am I hearing something? Hello?
We hear you fine, Senator.
Oh, there was someone bellowing in the background. I apologize. Anyway, these assurances have to be forthcoming, and if they're not, then we'll have trouble passing this. But if they are, then I believe there's a good chance that this money will be approved. It needs to be approved, in my view, but without the assurances on accountability standards, on foreclosure mitigation, which may be the most important aspect at all. We need to put a tourniquet on the 9,000 foreclosures that are occurring every day in this country. And yesterday, Larry Summers gave assurances to many of us in a 2-hour meeting we had that that's exactly what will happen. So I feel better about this morning, but I want to see the specifics, and I'm told that the Obama team will be giving us those specifics in either in a letter form, or if necessary, Barney Frank and I, the chairman of the House Banking Committee or Financial Services Committee, will propose legislation that will demand those kind of standards if this money is going to go forward.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, everyone will be looking for specifics. What about the criticism about the tax cut portion of this plan? 40% of it. Some people say it's just politically convenient. You're just trying to get Republicans on board. It's not really necessary.
Well, I share those concerns that the best work at all is, of course, job creation. And as they call shovel-ready projects. But I would also hope we talk about science-ready projects and so forth, not just about what can be done tomorrow, but what we need for our economy to grow in the 21st century. But let me also suggest that there are stimulative effects of tax cuts. They're not purely just giveaways. And so some balance of this probably is necessary. And whether or not you have it exactly right, I suppose each one of us might write it a bit differently. But the fact that there are some tax cuts in here I think are probably going to be necessary and probably the right step to be taking. I'd like to see a bit more of the infrastructure than we have in this bill, but that's just one person's opinion. Overall, I think the president-elect has it about right.
All right, Senator Chris Dodd, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you for yours.